Hey gang, it's Ark. Welcome back to Steven's Sausage Roll. Alright, let's see if we can make some progress on some of these other puzzles. I'm gonna go over this way and see if I can find some that I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at. Alright, well this is odd. Is there something I can't see going on there? Not really. So it looks like I'm gonna have to hit both of these onto both pieces of the fire. Something like that. That's not the button I meant to press. There we go. Alright, so that is the general strategy. Right, so once again, I can just sort of identify which side of the sausage needs to be cooked by which of these fires. So, for example, the top side of this one needs to be cooked by the fire on the right. So we can just call that the right side of the sausage, and the side that's currently down is the left side that needs to be cooked by the other fire. Oh, but this one has different rules. Alright, so for the sausage on the left here, it doesn't look like I can do anything with this one until I at least get the right sausage moved over to the left one so that I can get around to the other side. Yeah, there's no feasible way for me to get in range of that one. So this is going to be the first move regardless. And we probably want to do that. And it looks like we might just end up swinging around this multiple times. Because now we want to push this one. That was the wrong thing. I want to push this one up. And then I believe I want to push this to the right. Then we'll just keep doing this little dance. Okay, now it gets tricky. I'm gonna go ahead and do some moves, but I don't know if these are correct. So this one is gonna need to move to the left to finish it. Or potentially it could be rolled up and then pushed left and then rolled back down. This one should be... I can't remember if this is done. I'm just going to push it down again. Okay, so now this one is done. But that was definitely wrong. Because I'm going to need to get this one in position first. Alright, so I think I need to do this. And then push it over to the left. And then possibly finish both of these with one move. And then I can get this one out of my way. And let's get facing the right direction. Okay. That wasn't too bad. One thing I'm starting to worry about is it seems like these puzzles... I don't know, they feel like more of a grind than... Like, I don't feel... I'm trying to think of a comparison. So, when I'm playing a game like Portal or the Talos Principle, I don't know, I'm sure there are more examples, but they're not really coming to mind. Like, each puzzle kind of has a unique feel to it, and there's usually a moment where I sit there and, you know, like, if it's a hard puzzle, I might be completely stuck, and then there's this one insight that solves the puzzle. The only moment I've had like that with this game so far that I can recall was simply figuring out how the puzzles worked at the very beginning of the game. So I'm worried in the sense that they just seem like they're just a grind. Alright, I can't push this one on the left up. Because then I'll never be able to push it down again. I'm having a real hard time seeing how I even start this one. Okay, so I think how I'm gonna tackle this is I'm gonna analyze all the possible moves that I can make right now that involve moving sausages. So obviously I could stand here and swing up to move this to the left. That would knock the other one off, so that's no good. I could push it up, which let's just take a look at what that looks like. So the problem here is that I still can't do anything else. Like I could push it up again, which is bad. I could push it to the left, which is bad. I have no way of pushing it to the right or down. Alright, so let's undo that. If I push the left sausage up, then it gets in a position where I can never grill the top half of it. So I believe the only possible first move would be this. I don't like that, though. Because now that sausage on the right... I have no way to grill the top right side. I mean, I sort of do. I can push it up. Hmm. Well, clearly if we're going with this strategy, then at some point I want to do something like this. Okay, wait a minute. I think I figured it out. So instead of doing that first, I push this up here. Now, when I swing this over, I get the correct side of that sausage grilled. So now I'll be able to roll it straight down, and in the process of rolling it all the way down to the bottom, it'll be finished grilling. Let's go ahead and do all of that now. Okay, so that one's completely done. How in the world do I do the other one, though? So clearly, I can just roll it over there. I'm not doing anything I can't undo later so far. Although I can always just undo with Z, so... Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this. This is clearly wrong. So the side that's down right now, the upper part would need to get grilled at some point. The only way that would happen yeah, the only square on the board that it's even possible to do that. It sure looks to me like that square would be, the square that I'm pointing at right now. So that would involve somehow moving it down from its current position. But I can't reach it to do that. I can't do anything on the grill. Alright, let's back up a bit. Let me double check to make sure that... Now, once I roll it on there, it's all over. I can't move it from this position, so we actually have to go back further. Alright, let's actually face this way. Let's knock this thing over here. Okay, so one thing I might be able to do is grill the lower half of it on these two squares back behind me. And then grill the upper half of it on these two squares. Let's think about how that would work. I think that would involve starting from this position and pushing it down here. And then pushing that. Then I have to be careful. The only way I can get it back up is by standing here and pushing this way. Okay, so now those two sides are grilled. Now I simply push it to the right and get the other two sides. Alright. Yeah, once again, it just feels like there's not an epiphany with these puzzles. It's just kind of brute force, just finding the only way to do it. I don't know. I'm trying not to be too negative because overall, like, I do feel like I like the concept of the game. I don't know. I'm certainly at least going to give it a chance until I finish this main area and get across that bridge up there. Okay, so clearly my only move is to push this up one. Now I could either push it to the right or up again. So let's see. Both sides of this thing are going to need to be grilled. I'm going to call the side that's up now the left side because that's going to get grilled on the left burner. And it looks like I'm going to end up in trouble if I try to do that now. So let's push it up again. And then push it to the right. I currently have no way to move it down. Once again, looks like I'll get into trouble if I try to push that over now, so I'm going to swing it up there some more. But that's clearly wrong because now it's completely out of reach. Plus, I would never be able to push it back down. Alright, so let's undo a couple times. Alright, so instead of that, let's actually push it onto this one. And I can't actually grill the other side of it until later, because then I won't be able to maneuver it. So let's get over here and push it down. We need to get it back up to the top, so let's push it down again. And then we'll get this side. And get the other side. And then I think we push it all the way over to the right. Up one. That's actually wrong. We need to push it up one more. And we can get the final one here. Well, at least they're going faster. So I probably am learning something. Although, the ones that have more limited options in your possible moves definitely seem a lot easier because you can just analyze the entire space. Alright, that's funny. So individually, I could easily solve both of these just by pushing them twice. So, I'm gonna guess I have to start by pushing this one down. Although, alright, let's just take a shot in the dark here. I push this over one. And then, let's turn to face this way. Put it in that square. Now I can see this is going to be really tricky. Let's try pushing this over one time. So my goal is to grill this one normally. Okay, I think I see how I messed this up. That's not what I meant to do. Let's go ahead and push this over twice. So what I'm going to try to do here is start from the back edge of this one. If I'm not mistaken, I can just go ahead and swing this over once. Alright, so let's push this down. I'm going to get this one done on that side, and then push it up. Okay, and I should have just enough room now to push this over to the left and get in position. I feel like I'm almost there. I just don't quite have the room to maneuver. Right, so the idea is basically to push this over there. It's done. But I had to push that one on the left one too far. And so now there's no way for me to grill the right side because I can't get an angle to push it back to the right. So is there a way to do what I just did? Oh. No, that doesn't work. I was thinking I could push this over, get a little more room. Maybe that is right. So the big problem here is I need to get around to the other side to interact with the other sausage. But I also need to push this one over that way. So just to double check, if I go over here and now push this off by doing that, that clearly there's no way for me to get to where I need to be now. I feel like I've checked the entire sample space of possible moves. I mean, there's just not many options here. This sausage, I can't even move, I can't even grill partially because I can't even get in a position to push it up. But I do feel like this is going to be important, this idea that I can move it over there temporarily. So for this sausage, the only way for me to get around to the other side of it is to push it onto the grill. So in some sense, this whole strategy is forced. The idea that I'm going to push this down and then in order to not burn it, I've got to start from the bottom. So that's forced. To get around to the other side, I have to push it there. I can't push it further on, so the only other move is to push it up. So all of this is forced at some point. Now, obviously how this interacts with the other sausage is not entirely clear. Now at this point I can still freely move around. So let's take a look at exactly what happens when I move this on here. And in particular, I want to see what happens now. I just don't see a way around this. I've got to be on this side to push this back. Oh. Oh. Forgot one of my tricks, I think. Yeah, the trick is I use this sausage itself to push the other one. Alright, how am I doing? We got all the puzzles down here, I think? Nope, there's one more there. Okay, so in order to get this one over, it's gonna have to be pushed up. Because I need to stand here to swing like that to push it back in. But I cannot stand in that square. So it's going to have to be pushed with the other sausage. Alright, so let's start this. If I do something like this. And then let's push it down again. I wonder if I'm going to end up in a position where I've got this one in the same position that the other one is in, and then I'm going to have to do that again, where I go around and push it with the other one. Certainly looking like that's a possibility. Alright, now what happens if I just push it up from here? I don't know, I'm not going to do that. I like the symmetry of how it looks right now. I like the idea that I can grill both of those sides. And then if I push it around... Well, I can do that on the, I can do... I think I can always get this later. I can come back to that point and redo it if it becomes necessary. Okay, so now I can get this one up into position. And now I can finally swing this around. And I think I want to do the difficult part of this one first, so I'm not going to grill that other side. Just going to work on the... There we go. Let's do... Nope. Let's do that. Push it down again. And again. And then we do the same process. Okay, so now they're both grilled on that side. Okay, so I think the trick here is going to be figuring out when to weave in grilling certain parts of the other side in this whole process, because I can't do this again. So in fact, probably now I cannot afford to push this over, and I need to push it up. I did not mean to do that. I think that's going to hurt me in the long run. Okay, so that one is done. I can push it off just to make it easier to see what I need to do. But unfortunately, I think I can pull... Oh, I can't get down there. Alright, let's temporarily push this up there. Then we can push this over. Okay, so now I can just get this one down out of the way to where it's not going to cause me any trouble. All right. So that whole area is cleaned up. So how many puzzles do we have left at this point? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up in the corner. 7. 7 puzzles to do in theory before this will unlock and I can get across there. Yeah, I definitely find it questionable that if this is the tutorial, that it's so long. Although who knows, maybe the more I do these, the easier they'll get, and I'll get to the point where I'm just solving these earlier ones quite quickly. Certainly it seems that, like in the first 2 episodes, I think I solved only 1 or 2 puzzles apiece, and then in this one I solved like 4 or 5. So that's a good sign. Maybe it really is just you need to do a bunch of them before your brain starts to figure out the patterns. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.